everyone, this is Beth with Flying by the Seed of My Plants, and today is Thursday, March 23rd, and I was really hoping I could get some outside work done, but it's, I think, going to rain all day, most of the day anyhow, but I think I'm going to still try and get my green stalk done today. And so Abby's here. She's all ready to go outside. Can you sit? Good girl. So we're going to go outside, and right now it's not raining, but it might be starting any minute now. So anyhow, let's see how we do for the day. All right. So I went ahead and I have prepared 3 beds for my onions. And the onions I got are from these that I want to get in as soon as I can. These are from Dixondale. I also started some from seed that are in the greenhouse right now. And today it's kind of like a rainy day. It's nice out, but it's rainy. Just little sprinkles here and there, but I think we're gonna get some more rain fairly soon. So I want to go ahead and get this done. Plus the rain will help get everything in here. So let me see if I can, oh yeah, learning how to work my camera. And it's got like a remote control. This is exciting for me. So, okay, so the one thing I did, I cleaned out my beds, got everything ready, and there are instructions that Dixondale does provide. Dig them out of here. They're in my pocket. Okay, so these are, I got red and I got the Walla Walla onions. So you want to prepare your soil prior to planting. And what I did is about a month and a half ago I put a bunch of leaves. Well, in the fall I cover all my beds with leaves. And then about a month and a half ago I topped it off with some good soil. But the more I started researching with the leaves, because they were not decomposed and they were not chopped up either, while they're decomposing, they will take away a lot of nutrients in the soil, so I didn't want my onions to be fighting against the leaves, sort of. So anyhow, soil preparation, so I took a lot of the leaves out. And so in this bed, it says here that you want it to be at least 10 inches deep. So this bed is, I believe, 12 inches deep. Yeah, it might be 10 inches. But anyhow, there's nothing on the bottom. It's open to the soil underneath. So I'm fine. And then I went ahead and I dug 2 trenches, which I'll show you, because I am going to put fertilizer in there. Here's the other. And the fertilizer I got is from Dixondale. It's a 10-20-10. It is 10% nitrogen, 20% phosphate, and 10% potash. And it also has magnesium, boron, copper, iron, some other nutrients in there. So I did get this last year for my onions from Dixondale, and I have quite a bit left. So right now I'm just preparing. Add some fertilizer, and I just have a small area right here that I'm doing, so I'm going to sprinkle some in. And I made some ditches, so let me change this camera around real quick. Okay, so hopefully you could see I dug a little trench here, and then I also did one over here. And these are probably about, I don't know, maybe 4.5 inches apart, which they recommend 6 inches, but this is what I have right here. So I just took a handful and I'm just spreading some of this in there. And I'm going to fill up the other trench, just sprinkling it in. And it's probably equivalent to, for this bed, maybe about a half a cup. Okay, so then I will take my little tool here and work that in. And these little trenches are going to be off to the side. I'm not going to plant the onions right on top. Okay, so when I plant the onion, I'm only going to go down an inch and no more than that. Abby. And you want to make sure that the bulb has room to grow. Get several. So you want to space them apart. So that's about 6 inches. Abby, move. Yeah. Abby. Only going down about an inch. And I'm leaving where, you know, it's got room to expand for the bulb. Abby! You know, Abby's got a thing about cardboard. Big time. Alright, so that's done. So now I'm going to go to the next row over and repeat. And I am doing the red onions first. And it doesn't take long to plant them. You know, the biggest thing, you want to add the fertilizer. And the ones that I got from them, it was a variety. So I don't remember the names of them, but I think one is like a Spanish onion. Let's see if I can move this up. Starting on the back roll. Going an inch down. And the onions do like a loose soil. Loose and moist. And giving enough space for them to bulb. And I planted next to where I put the fertilizer. Right, Abby? Abby's right here. She is like the garden buddy. I'm just putting the soil around it so it has a good grab to the soil. Okay, so that bed is done already. See? It did not take long at all. And right here in the center between these two rows is where I put the fertilizer. And I will continue to fertilize throughout the season. They recommend every 2 to 3 weeks, up until you're ready about a month before you harvest. So there's that. Now I'm going to take these to the next area that I prepared for growing. Abby, watch out. Okay, so I moved to the next bed that I had prepared. And Abby, watch out. Look at this mud. Ugh. And my son bought me this chair for gardening, and I absolutely love it. But if I stick it over there in the mud, it's going to sink. So I am not going to use the chair right here. I used it over there, but so anyhow, okay, I prepared the 2 trenches and put the fertilizer in there. And for this area, probably about a half a cup. And now I'm just going to work it in the soil. And the onions are going to go on either side, not on top of it. And over in the other bed, I counted 32 onions. So let's see how many, because Dixondale, they say anywhere from 50 to 75. Last year I got quite a bit. So let's see how many I have here. And again, Abby, move. Abby, can you please move? You can watch. Okay, so Abby, move. Please. Okay, so I'm leaving enough on around here. Oh, my foot's stuck in the mud. Abby, no. Back up. No, Abby, out. Can you please move? Oh, can you hear that? Okay, so going down about an inch, leaving plenty of room. Abby, you're blocking the camera. Hey, you are blocking. Leaving plenty of room so the bulb can expand. Oops. And if you plant them too close, I mean, you might just have some green onion, which you can always pick and eat. And these onions, I am not going to trim any of it. The ones that I trimmed the tops down to about 3 inches were my bunching onions. And the real tiny ones, I might just do them really closer together, because they could be a green onion. Okay, so I don't know if you could see that. So right here is where I put the fertilizer. So the onions are going on the other side now. Go down about 1 inch. And I guess I'm spacing them about 2 inches apart. And of course the space in the middle where the fertilizer was. And right now just putting them in there. And this is a really loose soil. Abby, no. Go on, move. Please. Move. She's got to be right in it, you know? Okay. So I got another one that's on the other side where I put the fertilizer. And in the beginning, nitrogen is a very good friend of the onion. Some of the real little ones I'm just putting, and I might just pull it when it's small for salads or something. So let me see. So in this bed I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I got 36. So 32 and 36, 7, 8. Almost 60. And I'm just gonna press them in. Okay, so that is done, and I actually have this other bed cleaned out, but I'm not going to fill it totally with onions. I'm just going to put a few in here. And I put the fertilizer away. That's all right. I'll just bring some more out in a little bit. But I don't want to waste these onions. So I did get over 60 from them. Ooh. Some more over here. Okay. So I just added a couple to that bed, but got over 60 onions, but I also have what I started from seed. And in these beds, one of these beds I did put flower bulbs, and I didn't mark which bed it was. So we'll find out. And over here is the other bed of onions. So 2 beds so far, which is great. These are 2-foot by 4-foot beds. So, and I'm going to read a couple other things as far as fertilizer with the onions. But again, you just make the trench in the middle. Like I said, I used the Dixondale. And then I planted alongside it, not on top of that fertilizer. And the roots will grow towards the fertilizer, and you only plant them a 1-inch deep. And you want it in a well-moistened soil. So we're getting more rain today. Look at all that mud. Ugh. Anyhow, all right. Okay, so we are back in the house. It's started raining pretty heavy. I was hoping that maybe I could get the green stalk in today, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I have a lot of things I also have to get done because I have a big weekend up ahead with the Finger Lakes in New York, and I'm really excited about that. But anyhow, one thing I did want to share with you guys is, so we went ahead and got the onions planted, and that was with the first initial fertilizer that I showed you. And so now that's the first application, and right now it's raining, so it's getting a good watering. And so the next thing is, how often do you need to fertilize? So I have this written down here. So so when you first plant, of course, add that fertilizer that we talked about and that I showed you that has a 10-20-10. Then 3 weeks after planting, start using a nitrogen-rich fertilizer, such as our, this is Dixondale, but it doesn't have to be a Dixondale. Just look for a ammonium sulfate, which has 21% nitrogen. It's all nitrogen. Then repeat the process every 2 to 3 weeks. And so once you see the bulbing start, that's when you're going to stop fertilizing. And that's stop fertilizing when the onions start to bulb, which is about 3 weeks prior to harvest. So we'll get into more of the harvesting later on. But I just wanted to say thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for stopping back. And if you're new to the channel and you like some of the content that you're seeing, and there's going to be a lot more. The green stalk, hopefully I might be able to get that done today. If not, I'll try and do that tomorrow and get another video uploaded for that. And thanks for all your patience on me learning all this new technical camera, videos, editing. But it's a lot of fun and I do enjoy it. So I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I will talk to you on the next one. All right, have a great day. All right, bye.